Hello, so this is gonna be a kind of a change of pace and change of topic for the video. I'm not sure which channel I'm gonna upload this. Probably it's gonna be the channel that currently I'm doing for music. And yeah, I'm recording this video to kind of either document myself for the future when the things are supposed to get better because I'm working nonstop and I'm following so many things, plan A, Z, B, alpha to omega, as they say. And the other kind of one of the things about having eggs in multiple baskets is like you may shatter them all, but I cannot risk putting everything in one plan because yeah, last time it didn't pan out quite well when I put all my energy into one craft. So I'm quite having a change of pace, I guess. But yeah, I'm just wondering um, other than like the philosophical stuff that I usually talk about in my breakdowns and in my reactions to in the channel. I sometimes just even not the philosophical route of it because it gets like quite diluted and quite messy there. But I sometimes feel as if okay, I'm part of so many communities, groups, friendships. I have like quite wonderful people in my life, but I never appreciate them for some weird reason. They see me other than the person I actually am or I think I am. And because of that, I never felt like I belong. I even moved to another country to maybe my country wasn't like the main. I wasn't grown up on that kind of culture. Maybe it was okay when you are a polyglot or like I don't pretend to know everything or even speak any of these languages um, I'm interested in. But after all, like I spent like time learning them, right? Like I spent 2 or 3 years on my French. I spent and every day I am learning it as well. But mainly, I mean spent and as if I learned it all. The grammar, the culture. So 2 or 3 years for French, 2 or 3 years for German, and 1 or 2 years for Spanish, and these take time. I know, it's like kind of. I'm very interested in learning these, and it's not like a burden. But at the end of the day, one of the downside of it is like growing up. I was in a place that I was surrounded with at least 2 or 3 languages on daily basis, and that kind of each language portrayed its own kind of identity and the viewpoint on life. So I had like identity crisis on top of being an overthinker and kind of not viewed as other than my achievements growing up. So that whole pressure has kind of led to this self doubt that I constantly am like feeling. The more I achieve, the more I do, the more like for example, in one of my channels, I've uploaded like 350 or more videos in 6 months. My math is so bad, but I think it could be quite an achievement for everyone. Like everyone would like see if they did it themselves. Wow, fantastic! I kept going for 6 months. Like they would tell themselves. But the more I do, the more I achieve, the less it feels as if it's accomplishment, and the sense of like even like with hopefully none of my friends or people who know me in real life are gonna see this. um if they do, it's fine, I guess. But even like in friendships, and even in like people I meet, and I talk to so many people. Like I want to know about more about people to be able to like be kind of providing value, because at the end of the day, our nature as human beings, I trust I cannot even trust myself not go philosophical in one for 1 minute. But at the end of the day, our nature is like to provide value, because it's like our time is limited here, and the value we provide will make sense of our time here. So I want to like know people. I'm fairly curious in everything, like languages, music, people, and how they live their lives and how they view life. So I'm quite like perplexed that even like this channel started as if I just moved to a new country, and everything was pressuring me a lot, and I'm not the one to give up, in a sense that I'm not gonna try. I think about like quitting the game, as if you get the analogy, the game of life. But while I'm playing, I'm gonna play my best hand. That's why I'm under so much pressure from myself, just like not even other people. But at the end of the day, it's like um, it doesn't like make sense to me that yeah, I have so many plans, but there is nothing to even live for me. And I don't mean like I don't cherish the little things and stuff like that. But the thing is like what you call like there needs to be something, right? There needs to be a niche, a group, a people like that I finally um, feel like as if I belong to them, or not. Like in my hometown, I had not many friends growing up, but I always had one or two people um, who would, on their kind of part, on their side, I would fit in well with them. But on my part, it was like, okay, if no one else, like from 10 people, if uh, 8 people don't even vibe with me, they don't even think I belong in their kind of group. Okay, these two are decent. Like these two are okay. That cool. They accept me, but I never felt accepted. I never felt like as if I belonged. Even like one of those couple of those friendships have persisted throughout the years. I know I have like I recently got back in contact with one of my friends I knew like for 10 years. But like at the same time, one of my friends who I knew for like 15 years, we just stopped contacting each other, because from the first moment I knew this wasn't right for me. But I didn't have any choice. Like what you call it was that or utter loneliness. Like no one. At least like when I was in part of those friend groups, it felt like okay, it's nice. They go like hiking, they go like playing volleyball or soccer. So they invite me, and it's fine and it's fun. But even then, like doing those activities, I was like, okay, my place is not here. And it's, I was like, even back then, I was like, okay, maybe it's like just um, kind of truth or dare kind of a situation that no matter which one you pick, the game is designed to go to the same goal. And no matter if I was in that group or if I wasn't, and I eventually left all of them or was left out of so many of them, was like, on one hand, I didn't belong there, because if I had belonged there, I would have at least fought back, or I would have said, hey, I belong in this group as others do. Sometimes I just left without anyone even asking, hey, where did he go? And sometimes I was just left out. And even like in a new country, I made a couple of friends, like and because I'm curious and I kind of really want to know the other's kind of perspective on life, I make friends on consistent basis. But it's so shallow that um, even like today, one of my friends that I know for a couple of months checked on and checking up, yeah, checked up on me and said, "Hey, you haven't been around like for a long time." And I was like, "Okay, I'm busy," and I just don't know, like the amount of like shallow conversations, shallow, not even shallow conversations, but like it doesn't go deeper than a threshold. And it's like, even like hopefully they're not gonna see this, but even like um 2 days ago, I was part of this, like in one day I was like part of three kind of different groups. One was university, the other was work, and the other was like just like a kind of shallow relationship I had for a week or so. And even in all those three, I didn't belong, and I didn't like feel as if it was the place for me. And it kind of even in my breakdown of one of the songs that I did, I try to like not hide it, but I try to like distract myself with it. But come today, like I still am like questioning it. Like, okay, it's not the volume of people, it's not the quantity, because if I lower the quantity, the quality is literally non-existent. So my best chance is like to meet 100 people. One of them I'm gonna fall in love with. One of them I'm gonna actually see, okay, she is a friendship, a friend that finally I feel as if I belong. Even like these channels that I'm doing, like the music, I love music. If you've seen like my breakdowns, I literally break down a song for 1 hour and think like, okay, it's 15 minutes. That's the reason why I'm literally doing this here, to keep the time and don't like go overboard and go super philosophical and what you call the in-depth analysis of anything, like. And I don't know if this is gonna be another video I make private. So when I make it after like 5-10 years, I show people, hey, if you're lost like I was like 10 years ago, you're gonna find a way as I did. But it's all like hypothetical, like, and like um I just don't know, man. Even these channels that I have, like I just did a reaction to a manga I'm reading, and there's no audience for that. I've been reacting to mangas like for maybe 4 or 5 months, and not even one new kind of subscriber in that channel on that channel, because it's like there are 500 reaction channels for manga. What am I gonna do? But I'm just such a stubborn person. Yeah, maybe my take on it is like unique. Maybe someone vibes with that kind of energy and they want to see more of that or something. And I was doing reading the chapter and stuff like that, and I was like, yeah, it's like my reaction, but I wanna do so many like theorizing, so many talking what's gonna happen next week, and but there was no one like to do it with, because you build the house first, then live in it. I know it's a genius kind of like analogy, sarcasm, but I'm literally putting the bricks one after other, but it's like while putting the bricks together, while building a community, I wanna like feel as if I belong in this community. So even the gaming, the what you call um the music reaction channel, the whatever it is, like I know I'm building towards something, because yeah, who thought was that when I had like 200 subscribers on this channel, I would get 1K views for a Dutch song that I didn't even understand, or I would get like 40K views on my other channel when I was like at 400 subscribers. Who knows? But the thing is, like with surprises of life, the more you think of it, the less is the chance of you actually getting that surprise, because it's not gonna be a surprise if you had thought of it, right? So it's like my kind of main point is like I'm 25 years old already. I've been like through lifetimes of relationships, friendships, knowing people, talking to people, all sorts of people, but not a single time have I felt like, oh shit, I belong there. I vibe with that guy. I vibe with that girl. Because always it always is like this. Best I get is they vibe with me, and I don't mind that. That's it. Like even one of my best friends that has done everything for me, and funny enough, he says I've done so many things for him, but the things that he says I've done for him, I do for everyone. But he has done things for me, just for me and for his best friends. So even then, I deep down think like, oh, even he is not like someone like, at least as the feelings go, I feel, yeah, he is what you call, he is my kind of vibe, wavelength. Because what's important to me is like the communication. And my communication is like I switch and like grab things from here and there, from like five or six or seven cultures and languages I know. So if I'm gonna make a joke or make a wordplay in one language, meaning another thing in another language, if the other person doesn't get it, what's the point? Like, you're so limited to the languages they speak, on one hand. On the other hand, you're um, limited to their intelligence level as well. Like, I've been around so many polyglots, but they're either so smarter than me that I don't get what they are literally, their jokes, their kind of way of thinking, or would be like vice versa. I make this kind of analogy joke, or even like I write so many stories and poems and use so many analogies, but they don't get it. So even the language barrier, when it's not there, there's no connection, because I just don't know, man. It's quite a like issue. Like you'd think like after 25 years of being alive, there's one person at least. There's one person that, okay, four or five languages under they understand four or five languages, and you're on the same wavelength. Maybe I'm like being picky and I'm expecting too much from life, but yeah, I think like I just need to find a place. And I'm doing like this channel and other channels in the hope of like finding the community of like people that share the interest that I have, and have this sense of community, rather than, okay, once in a blue moon someone understands, speaks my kind of analogy language. Okay, but they don't know the actual like five or six languages, or they don't know like uh, the other parts, like the other hobbies and stuff like that. And it's like even that's so rare. Like I recently talked to a military kind of retired guy who was like almost like 50 years old, and he was talking with such an heavy analogy based kind of vernacular, and like speech patterns. I was like adoring every moment of it, but we didn't share anything outside of that. Even that one bit that we were like talking back and forth in analogies and shit like that, it was like so refreshing for me. Or the other day, I met some girl that was playing every single game I'm playing. Or the other one, like I met someone who was a songwriter and actually got my poems, and she was like super excited to read them and tell me what she thought of them and stuff like that. But it's like one, like you like for for my kind of thing is like I need to like mix 10 people to have one person who I connect with. Like, oh, this aspect of him is great with the analogies, and her kind of understanding of emotions and poems and stuff like that is wonderful. But at the end of the day, it's like, okay, what who are we kidding? Like I don't know, maybe this is like I don't want a perfect kind of match because it doesn't exist, but at least in friendships or in like relationships, is like there is like at least 30 or 50% of coverage that you get the other person. Like for me, my best friendships are like trauma bonding, or we're both like super kind of disappointed in life as a concept, or have like family issues or something like that. That's the only thing we have in common, not the languages, not the way of thinking, not anything. Like, am I like the one who is expecting too much? I don't know. Like, it's like I just don't know, man. It's like I'm trying my best. I'm trying like 50 things at once, and I think that's the problem on itself as well, to try 50 things at once, like not focus on it. But even if I focus on something, it's like everything is a gamble. So I just don't know, man. It's like I try to like keep it to myself and have this kind of therapeutic sessions of breaking a language down, breaking a music down. to calm myself, or I even just write to myself poems, stories, and I usually don't let it out because out of like 9 people I talk about this stuff, like 8 of them are like just they just don't even get the point. And it's like the other person is like, oh, I get it, I get it, but there are like so many worse cases than you. It's not a pity party competition. It's like I wanna like feel something that everyone is feeling, like the sense of belonging. So, and even like for me it's like quite difficult to understand because even growing up I was born in a situation that I spoke like not spoke, I was in an environment of like 3 languages, and each of them were like quite distinct in their kind of way of communication and way of like valuing things. I'm not gonna like repeat myself, but and I'm gonna keep the music going. I adore music, and as I say, like I lose myself. Shout out to Eminem. I lose myself in these breakdowns that I don't even feel as if time is flying, and this is very helpful for me. But even then, it's like I don't know, like if there is all going back to Eminem's kind of thing in one of his songs, is literally says like if there is all there is, like me just recording a video song and being satisfied with, oh, I really enjoy the song when I'm recording myself reacting and breaking it down for other people. If there is all there is, like if you know the song that Eminem says this in, yeah, you know the rest. But I think, yeah. And the funny thing is, there is nothing like other than just keep going. Like I'm not gonna stop the journey of venturing like through this magnificent kind of not idea but concept of mixing languages, my over analytical kind of brain, and music, which I adore all of them, other than like my analysis paralysis that is like bringing me just more headache and more kind of not misery but close to that, I guess. But yeah, thank you for watching, I guess.